Okay, kia ora, welcome in everyone again, obviously to another broadcast, another tutorial, explaining right now the Johari Window. And I don't know if I've shared with you the Johari Window, but let's just take a quick look at it now. Do you remember that? It's in your books. It's the Johari Window. And so there's a few areas I want to talk to you about the Johari Window, in particular to how we've used the Johari Window in terms of the quest and this journey to find the lost basket of knowledge, the Tane's lost basket of knowledge. As you know, the story of Tane goes that he went to the heavens and he gained the three baskets of knowledge. But the quest, what we've developed in terms of the journey and the quest is that when Tane came back with the baskets, he actually dropped one and he just came down to earth and said, oh, there was only three. But in our quest, we kind of think maybe Tane was just, he didn't have the guts to I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. So this whole quest that we've been on has connected us to, we've used the Johari Window to communicate a model to take us through this journey. And of course, if we look at the Johari Window, we started in the yellow box. Ka pai? And if I was to just take you through to our lesson plan in the yellow box, if we can just look at it, I'm just going to look at the lesson plan real quickly. You will see there our lesson plan started with, and here you can see Tane climbing the heavens and being challenged and helped with by his brother Tawhiri and his brother Whiro being there. And so Te Mana o Tane was the overriding objective that covered the whole wānanga. The whole wānanga was about discovering the power of Tane in the notion of him trying to find this lost basket of knowledge. It was your journey to find what that lost basket of knowledge was. Because I don't know if there might be one, there might not be one. But it's whether you can articulate that at the end of this noho. And so when we're looking at the Johari Window, remember when you were right at the beginning in the yellow box? We didn't really know where we were going because everything we were going into, we were just going into it blindfolded because we just did not know where we were going. And that's frustrating. And that's a little bit like the Johari Window. That's a little bit like when you're going to work with clients for the first time, or you're working with whānau that you've met for the first time. Sometimes you don't know much about them. You know, you're really blind when you're going in to work with them. And so that's in the journey, we were blind at the beginning. And then you had to create your passport. You had to create your ritual. You gave your passport to the guardian thresholds, who was Rehua and Uenuku. And then we came to the red part. So not only were we blinded, we were going into a space that we did not know anything about. And remember, you had to put the glasses on, and then you became an atua. It's unknown what that whole experience was about. What were you going to experience? We weren't able to articulate what that was about for you. That was about you going in inside, going into that space and becoming an atua. What did you learn from that experience? That is what the unknown was. The unknown. And from the unknown, it got even more unknown. You were asked and invited to create the second part to the lesson plan, which when I go back to our lesson plans, I posted this up onto, so there's your passport, the New Zealand passport, bit of a carving of rehua there on the right, but lesson plan 2, and it was called lesson plan 2. So lesson plan 2, what happened was, remember, we had a corridor with the atua. We came back into the unknown space because we didn't know what was going on for everyone. We had a good talk with the atua. All you atua were experiencing different. So remember that? That was lesson plan 2. But then lesson plan 3. So if I go back, so lesson plan 3. So there's all the atua there. Lesson plan 3 was a really interesting lesson plan because lesson plan 3, there it is. Lesson plan 3, remember, was Te Haumaru o Hene Nui Te Pō. And you got to design your own tangihanga using Māori philosophy through atua kōrero. You got to the ability to apply it, and the principles in the resolution of conflict, and organizing your own funeral and burying some of your own thoughts. I mean, who even does that kind of stuff? You do. You do it because you did it. So kia ora to everyone that went and did it. And then obviously after we did our funeral, we now went into the space called Kia whānau hauai I te ngākau hau. So this is where we are now going into the Johari window part. If I just use the Johari window, see the blue? That's the hidden space. That's the hidden potential. This is the stuff that you have had to develop. The hidden space. We've invited you to create a ritual of birth using Māori philosophy, atua kōrero, notions of our world, te ao Māori, and to apply that into a ritual of birth. Because obviously all these tamariki are being born. But how many of us understand what that ritual's about? And the associated deities, both women and both mārei kura, whatukura, both wahine tāne, those energies, paternal energies that come through birth. And so we acknowledged what you are becoming and and that is the wāhanga of lesson plan 4, kia whānau hau, to be born again in the spirit of rebirth. And that is what we call in the Johari window, the blue space. That is the hidden part of the quest to find the hidden baskets of knowledge. And so you are in the blue. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, we come into the space up here in the green, which is called the open space. And so tonight at 6 p.m, we open up. We open this whole new world into the last part of the lesson plan, which is the mastery of two worlds. The mastery of two worlds. And ask you the question, what did you discover? What did you experience through the whole thing? And what did you learn? And then finally, we ask you the final question tonight after evaluation. And I'll leave that question for you guys to discover tonight. All right? Remember, what did you discover through this process of the Johari journey? And what did you experience? But importantly, and most importantly, what did you learn? The Johari window. Ka pai? All right.